Hey, how y'all doing out there? This is Pete over at D.I.Y Auto School, and we got us a little review today. And the reason I'm making this review is because it has to do with a company that is pretty much slandered all across the United States, you might say. Maybe the world, I don't know. I know they are around here though. And that company is Harbor Freight. Now, when I think of Harbor Freight, when I hear Harbor Freight, the first thing I think of is Traders Village. Now, what Traders Village is, it's a giant, large flea market here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And when you go out there, you got all these people that are selling all these massive, brand new, cheap, inexpensive, just junk tools that you might be able to use one time if you can even use them at all. The jambs on this trunk are in really, really bad shape. Now, there's only two ways to get this paint off, or should I say primer off of here. And that's either to strip it down to bare metal and make a real big mess, or sand it. Alright, so I'm thinking to myself, if I sand that by hand, my fingers are gonna hurt. I'm gonna get fucking rough, coarse fingers. It's gonna bleed, and this, that, and the other, because I'm gonna use 36 grit, then I'm gonna come back with 80, and it's gonna take me hours. So I started looking for a tool that I used to use a long time ago, and it was called a flapper sander. Now, what a flapper sander is, it's pretty much a disc that you put on your drill, and it's got a bunch of little flappers that are made out of emery cloth. And you can only go one way with it. Now, I used to be able to buy those over at the major hardware store over here, and we're not talking about Lowe's or Home Depot, we're talking about the company that they put out of business. So I used to go down there, it was called Turner Hardware, and they had them plenty in stock, different sizes, kinds, grits, this, that, and the other. And I'd be able to whip through something like this and have it done in about 10 minutes. And it would be down to bare metal. So I got on the internet, I started looking for flapper wheels, flapper sanders. I found some of them were made for Dremel tools, but you had to order them. And then I found a flapper wheel that you put on your grinder, your table grinder, or whatever you call it. And I was gonna make one out of that. I was going to go ahead and use my 1/2-inch drill, but then I came across these items here. And what those items are is what you're looking at right here. They're called abrasive wheels. Now, we got a polycarbide abrasive wheel right here, which is a man-made material. It's not carbide. It's actually a plastic silicone carbide. So they're saying polycarbide, and yeah, and it also says it removes rust, paint, and flaking material, heavy-duty polyurethane fiber. All right, and then we got this one, which does basically the same thing, except it's a nylon base wheel, which has a bunch of little nylon fibers that are smashed together, you might say, and then as it turns, it's supposed to break everything off and get rid of it. So this is the Y2K way to actually get the paint and rot off of your vehicle when you're restoring it. Now, it also claims, and both of these say this, they both claim that it says it removes rust, paint, and scale. Both of these items do. So I got one on my drill over here. I got this one on my drill. And I want to let you know that these cost $3.49 a piece. I went ahead and bought 2 of each of them. In case it actually does work, I'll be able to go ahead and have enough material where I don't have to drive back, you know, this, that, and the other. So I'm going to go ahead and plug the drill in. We're going to see how it works, and give us a little review of what our abrasive wheel is going to do for us, and hopefully going to work very well.
Welcome to D.I.Y Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
Okay, so when you're doing this work, you always want to make sure that you got proper safety equipment on. I'm wearing safety glasses. I'm not going to wear any gloves at this time because my hands aren't going to be in the way. But we're going to go ahead and take our abrasive polycarbide wheel, which is actually feels like a piece of hard plastic is what it feels like. I think that they're calling it polycarbide because the original ones were actually made out of real 100% abrasive, where this is just made out of a piece of plastic with some fucking glue holding it together or something. So let's go ahead and try this and see if it actually removes the rust in the old paint and scaly situations. Okay, so it actually is working, and it is taking that paint off of the metal inside the jam, but I'm also noticing that I'm having to press very hard and go pretty slow. And I'm trying to get in this corner right here, and it looks like it doesn't want it. Let's try it one more time. If you look real close here, you can see that this wheel is actually working, and it is removing the paint off of our door jamb. Let's go ahead and try it in here where our rubber would go and see if it'll even fit in there to work. Okay, so this wheel here will not fit in these tight places, but I noticed that it really did a good job removing the paint on our jam right here, and it's actually working pretty good. And while we're at it, you can see right here, I don't know if you can see that right there, but you can see right here where we got some surface rust on it from where we were leaning on it and working on it. Let's see if it removes that and gets rid of it using our polycarbon fiber wheel that we paid $3.49 for. And it actually works pretty good. And I see that it removed it, and it also left a nice good finish on it for primer. So the polycarbon fiber black $3.49 wheel actually did work by removing our paint and cleaning up the metal, and also there was some surface rust in this area that we removed very quickly and very easily. The thing I don't like about it is it doesn't fit down in the grooves here to really get in there and remove it properly. Alright, so now that we use the polycarbide pad, let's go ahead and try the nylon fiber pad and see how that works versus the polycarbide fucking pad. We got two pads here we're using. Alright, let's see which one's the best. The black one or the fucking red one. It's that fucking simple. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we just tried to use our plastic fiber, we'll call that wheel, which is the red one, and it didn't do a fucking thing. We wasted our money on that. That was $3.49 that I just stuck in my ass, and I'm gonna try to get a refund on that because that ain't worth a shit and didn't do a fucking thing for me. So do not buy this one. Let's go ahead and take that off. Okay, And yeah, does not remove rust, does not remove flaky paint, does not remove paint at all on anything. It might buff the paint up a little bit for you, but that's about it. And then we got our polycarbide bit, which we found out that actually works really, really well, our disc. And I really like the way that this works. The only thing I don't like is that it really doesn't fit in tight places like you're looking at right here. And when you try to force it in there, what it'll do, it will rip the ends off and pretty much ruin your item that you just paid $3.49 for. So that's one thing I don't like. Another thing I don't like is I noticed that the arbor that comes with it is actually a bolt and screw, a nut and screw. And I noticed that when I first put it on, if I use too much pressure with it, what happens is the disc starts to spin on its own. So what's the conclusion on the abrasive wheels that Harbor Freight sells? The situation that I found is this one isn't worth nothing. It doesn't do nothing. It's a waste of money. Do not buy it and save your money. Whereas this one actually does a job that you're trying to get. And I want to let everybody know before I go any further, the job that you want. And the only job that I wanted was to remove this primer, because this car was stripped down to bare metal before I started on it, and then I had to strip it down to redo it. But it does take paint off, and I don't know how good it would be on a real car that has real paint and primer and all this other stuff. But on this particular application, it worked really well, and I will continue to use this one because that's basically all you can buy now. The good old phrase, made in America, that's fucking history. And the only thing you can do now is get what you can find and do the best you can do with it and get fucked in the ass one way or the other, because that's the situation you have. We didn't get fucked in the ass on this one, but we got fucked in the ass on this one, and my friend Pete says stay away from it, don't fucking buy it, worthless piece of shit, send it back to Taiwan or wherever the fuck it's made. This one's alright, we're gonna keep it, and hopefully 2 of these bitches will do that whole job right there. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. Let me get that up here. Taking the drill, taking the abrasive wheel, showing you when it works, when it works and when it doesn't work. We'll see you later.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.